website.
Hey Molly, hey Meryl, welcome back. Welcome back to the haunted house. A happy weekend. I guess we're here. Now. At least it's Friday here. I don't know about where y'all are. What time is it anyways? Yeah, I guess it's still Thursday where y'all are. Hey UK, how are you tonight? This morning? Good morning? Good afternoon thing? Good evening? Good something? Good Friday, even though it's not Good Friday. So y'all will never believe why I had to call the police on the other night. My ex. That's a good guess. I might have to call the fashion police on my ex, though. Or he's going to be eating his shorts. No, I didn't have to call the cops on the landlord. Y'all, I had to call the cops on a baby deer. Can you believe it? So I don't do trash, okay? That's a man's job where I come from. I'll cook dinner. I'll clean the kitchen. I'll do dishes. I might even ask you to do the dishes sometimes. That's rare. But I do not do trash. You take the trash out. Okay? I don't, like to conform to gender bender kind of stuff, but I just don't do trash. I will do the recycling. So we weren't going to do recycling the other night because, well, we didn't have enough recycling. And I thought, okay, but then I was like, wait a minute. I don't have this really old box of like glass stuff I've been wanting to recycle for a really long time, and it just doesn't get out in the bin because Dad's really in the lacquer of regarding tape. So Frank and Dad likes to freak out when I try to use the masking tape to tape up the recycling in paper bags, which is what the recycling company requires by law, so no one gets hurt if it breaks. You got to write glass on the outside of it. So I spent about 15 minutes wrapping up all these bottles and jars and stuff that we've used for and they've all been cleaned out. They've just been waiting to get taped up and walked out. So I walk them out, and I start hearing this banging on the wrought iron gate at the graveyard, and I'm gonna pee myself. It's either The Walking Dead or The Living Dead or vandalism, or I just couldn't imagine it, but it was like bang, bang, bang. So put the recycling in the bin and went back in the house. I got my phone, I got my megawatt flashlight and my weapons. I go outside, and it's just a baby deer. Poor little baby thing was caught in the wrought iron gate for the cemetery. So, maybe it's the fan. Maybe if I turn the fan off, it'll help. I'll do something about the fan. Maybe it's the fan. and maybe it's not the fan. Maybe it's some sound effects on my laptop. So I ended up having to call the police, and they're like, 911, where's the incident? So I tell them what's going on, and they came out and helped free the baby, which, when it started crying, I was just like, I'm going to cry now. Hey, Smoky Smokes, welcome to the haunted house. How are you tonight? Yeah, Walking Dead was filmed here in Atlanta. You're right. I was pretty freaked out. Thanks, California. So, I wasn't sure that the cops would come out for that, but I never thought in my whole life I would have to call 911 on a baby deer. They finally freed it, and it goes straight for me. I'm like, oh, great. I'm not the mama. And then it took off the other way. The mom was in the graveyard snorting. It was pretty upset. I'm just so glad that the officers were actually useful. Because, they're usually as useless as a sword dick. Pardon my French. But I'm serious. I've never seen a baby deer in distress like that. I've also never heard a baby deer cry like it did when it was finally released, or when they were trying to push its head through the fence, at least. I haven't seen it since. It's been about 2 days. So here's what's happening on the power situation. So that's been moved to next Tuesday. Georgia Power has to come out and cut some limbs on the other side. I mean, think about it. It's an 85-year-old oak tree. So pretty much it has all its limbs intact, unless they've fallen from a previous storm in the last couple of years. I mean, it's gargantuan. So think about the size of a 6,000 square foot house. Yeah, that's how big these trees are. It's a pretty big house. When you think about a 6,000 square foot house, looking at one on TV, John Benet Ramsey's house that she passed away when was about 6,000 square feet. It's a pretty big home when you look at the layout. Oh, that stump is so huge. That's going to be next door. The one next door that's coming down, it's bigger than the one in the graveyard. It's Molly. I mean, I would have to say this stump is probably the size of your car. Yeah. It would take a good 4 people to wrap its arms around that tree. To 4 people, it would take 4 people to hug it all around. They better let me hug that tree before it goes. But it'll still be alive. You can cut a tree down from the stump, and the stump is still alive. And the thing that's different about humans and trees and plants is they'll actually help a tree thrive and nourish its stump, or it's whatever's left of it, if there is anything kept intact. But they are going to keep the stump because their great-grandfather planted it 85 years ago. So it's either that, it's either take the tree down now, or it's going to go within the next 30 to 60 days if there's a really bad storm, if not within the next 6 months. And whose house is it going to fall on? Theirs and ours. So it's like, what do you do? Do you take the risk of taking out, pre-Civil War homes, or do you, or even the risk that maybe the children or the pets, or the Franken dad gets hurt. But yeah, so that's what's going on with that. We're probably just gonna sit here next Tuesday and try to just do what we can to survive. It shouldn't take too long though. I don't think it's gonna take as long as from morning till night. But I do have a fan. It's like a camping kind of fan that you charge, and it's rechargeable. It goes for about 10 hours. Well, the actual tree is not going to be, the tree stump won't be accessible to just anybody, Molly. But, I mean, we could go over to the graveyard anytime and, use the tree stump over there. What is the weather going to be like on Tuesday? Hey, welcome to the Chammy. How are you tonight? Tonight's special is the 5, 7, and 9 love readings. You can also get the 11, 11 reading. 11, 11 love reading. What's the difference? It's just more questions, more cards, multiple different decks. So it looks like it'll be a high of 88, low 73, chance of rain 33%. I don't know, today was a pretty chill day. So you think that a camp cot will do? Okay. Yeah, send. Excuse me. Yeah, send one. Send one if you want to. Excuse me. Yeah, that's life word, isn't it? Running away. Well, you could always sleep on the human dog bed. So there's always that. But if a camping cot is good for you too, send one. And I'll just put it to the side for you. Alright, I'm going to put a couple things in chat and then do a collective message for us. And see if there's any messages for us from our most trusted and strongest spirit guides. I'll be back real quick. I'm just going to get the spirit box. Okay, I'm back. Yep. Thanks. I'll try that. Appreciate it. If anybody wants to ask the spirit box a question tonight, it'll just be open for anyone to ask a question, even if you don't like the live. If moderators want to ask their free yes no's, they can. If anybody wants to get a tarot card reading, I've got the 5, 7, and 9 readings up tonight. Sorry I wasn't around on Tuesday or Wednesday to do those readings, so I'm just going to go ahead and honor them tonight, even though I only do them on Tuesday. So those are the options tonight if you want to get a tarot card reading. Everything you need to know is in the description. More importantly, just please check out my music. There's a link in the pinned comment. It would really mean a lot to me. Hey Ari, how are you, sweetheart? How you doing, babe? So I got the spirit box. I'm going to turn it on, and I think, I'm not sure if the spirit box speaker is actually going to work. So I'm going to test out the speaker first before I plug in the spirit box. Yeah, I'm the worst kind of witch. The kind that cleans. Is this thing on?
Maximum volume.
Yeah, it's working. Let's see if it'll actually work with the spirit box. Oh, I've had the song stuck in my head all day. I'm going to just turn it up a little. I don't know. I don't know which one you should pick. What I really need is some pineapple juice. I'm going to go get some this weekend for sure. For my cough. I would definitely do whatever it is that you could do to seek class, whether you choose Asheville or Greensboro. You know, I mean, think about where you want to be most importantly. You know, it's kind of like asking me, hey, you want to go to Boston and stay in Revere? You know, I'm going to Boston because I want to see Boston and be in Boston, not because I want to go hang out in Revere, on Revere Beach. Okay, I'll see what the cards say. A spirit. I'm calling forth Molly's most trusted and strongest spirit guide. Should she go to Greensboro? Yes or no? Don't tell me that the spirit box is being silly again. I don't understand it. I keep that spirit box. I keep that speaker on the charger all day, and then it comes time to do the spirit box, and it doesn't work correctly. To get a new speaker. Yeah, Spirit says sure. I mean, if you feel emotionally pulled towards seeing the gang and going to Greensboro, I would definitely do it. That in the Queen of Cups. I think that you're already feeling that's going to give you the connection and the fulfillment you need. I'll be right back. I'm going to go use the little girl's room. I'm back. The other speaker box is also not charged. But I didn't charge it because I thought, maybe this one would work. Huh. Maybe it's just a USB port. Maybe that USB port, there's something wrong with it. It's not crackly anymore. So what about now?
Maximum volume.
That's strange. Like it's on, but it's just not working. Yeah, how's that going? Hope that's going well for you, Molly, with Rob. I hope that's going great for you.
Now in SB7 mode.
Okay, now you're in SB7 mode.
Maximum volume.
Okay, let's see if it'll work now. If there's any spirits with us, I'm calling forth on those strongest spirit guides. to guide us through the Spiritbox session. What do we need to know about now, or who you are, or where you are? Are you here with us now? Yes or no?
Hey there.
Hey Grady, how are you tonight? Spirit, I'm calling forth our most trusted and strongest spirit guides. What do we need to know tonight from our most trusted and strongest spirit guides? From, hey Ben, how are you, dear? What do we need to know? This reading is for anyone who may be in the chat, may join us later, or watch the replay. Excuse me. So we have the Six of Swords, which can be very much a card about watching what people do online, watching what people do in their free time, in their lifetime. Even people who are just like right in front of you, people who are right in front of you too. I mean, being observant. There may be some kind of energy in your life that you're realizing that, maybe it's, you realize you have a gift of seeing the people, or you have a gift of seeing something that maybe others don't see before they see it. You're observant, or maybe there's something about you are looking for something to observe, to learn about or learn from, or someone you are observing. Someone you might even be observing in a way where you maybe vet them at arm's length with your, shield or your sword up, and not in such a way to, bring harm or to feel or be defensive. It's more that you are just being logical about things because your heart is involved heavily. And, you might even be testing the waters or merging your emotions into these murky kind of waters. You see the green grass, you see the beach, you see the water behind her, you see the Six of Cups. There's this very emotional, still kind of very flighty, kind of airy, kind of head in the clouds energy. Like you might even be going through this process of stalling out on something you want to rush into, because you want to make nostalgic, or even you want to make nostalgic moments, have special moments with somebody that you might be watching, observing, or just having special moments with people in general. Whether it be online or offline, with people face to face, or maybe there's somebody that's online that you want to get to know better, or maybe someone you met organically that's now online that you'd like to meet again. But you're kind of just sitting back watching things. As boring as life can be sometimes, you're okay with watching it roll by and seeing where it goes and taking your time, and that's fine. This could be in regards to a project, creating something that you want to do within your life, some idea you're pregnant with. Maybe it doesn't have to do with a love story with another person, but maybe a love story with something like a project you're working on. Something that kind of it's like something that takes your mind away from the things that don't serve you. There we go. And it inspires you to grow up, or grow from where you are now, being a grown up, or helping you move beyond that version of yourself that maybe you weren't so happy with, that always maybe heavily vetted, or felt like if you didn't have control, then you would lose all control. This might make no sense to anybody. It makes no sense to me, so I'm not sure that it's for me or for everyone. But I am going to consider taking it into I'm going to consider remembering it, because maybe something comes up. I know I've been heavily vetting fans, camping fans. Finally, got one on the way here for, the day that the power is going to be out. I'm not going to be able to work or anything. It's going to be uncomfortable. Yes. So I'm calling forth our most trusted and strongest spirit guides as a clarification through the liminal space deck regarding this collective message this evening. What is the most important message and direct message that Spirit has for us now? What is the most important message from this collective message this evening that Spirit wants us to walk away with within regards to this collective message? Yield to your trash magic. I always love the card trash magic, and that is like the clarification of this overall reading. And what I want to say about trash magic is that excuse me, I feel like all the things that we collect that aren't good for us, that are toxic for us, they could be items that we hoard. Maybe they're items that they're sentimental to us, and maybe there isn't anybody that we want to give them away to that we love, even if there are people that we love, or maybe there is. And maybe we turn it into some kind of artwork, or maybe we turn it into some kind of spell or whatever. But the first card within regards to the Oracle card, the most important deck that I like to use when calling upon our most trusted and strongest spirit guides, or spirit, or whatever could be out there in the universe that has its best interest in you right now, that I'm intuitively channeling through the liminal space deck. The passing of time. There's something about the passing of time that changes us all, and changes all time. Time changes all. The passing of time. And Spirit's saying during this passing of time, yield to reality is okay. I mean, yielding to reality can mean a lot of different things to a lot of different people. You have during the passing of time, you have the reality that maybe you live in your 3D reality. It's every day. You got to wake up, brush your teeth, wash your face. Maybe you have to shower and shave. I don't know. That you have to have some breakfast or vitamins, or maybe you got to work out, go to work. Everybody knows you got to work and make some money so that you can survive in regards to having food, roof over your head, bills paid, right? But during that's the reality that you find yourself yielding to mostly, right? Like you have to yield a little bit from your dreams during the passing of time, a little bit from the things that you want to do the most, and yield to that kind of whoa, because an equal, it's equal, but it's like an opposite reaction. Like you want to delve into maybe learning more about manifestation, astrology, quantum physics. Well, I think manifesting and quantum physics can very much be like the same thing, but spoken about in different terms and analogies. But it's almost as if during the Spirit's trying to say the most important messages, find the right time and space when to yield to actually your own reality, that 3D reality, but also yield in your reactions and your actions to what you're manifesting, because it's almost like an equal kind of thing, but an opposite reaction, if you understand what I'm trying to say. Like, oh shit, my rent's paid, but I'm over here manifesting $1 million. It's very much the same reality. But once again, which kind are you yielding to and not yielding to? What kind are you living from and not living from? Spirit says drink water. If you got some water, drink it. There's something about Spirit wanting you to like just be around more water, be more about water. Drink it. Take more showers, be more in the water. Maybe a Spirit's also saying it's okay to cry or make water in regards to express your emotions and your tears. I think there's some rain, like, or maybe could be, resemble teardrops on the yield card. The primary problem with language is it's magic. And then you have the trash magic card to clarify some of this stuff. Like, yeah, your words are magic. So what are you saying to yourself? What are you telling yourself about your reality, your 3D reality? What do you really think the fourth and fifth dimension means to you? What about the 3D as well? And the reality that you want to experience, like, yield to taking what could be, the trash in your life and turning it into magic. I feel like this reading is also saying it doesn't have to be so difficult all the time, even if it does feel that way. It doesn't have to be that way. I had a client today get a reading, and I felt really bad for him because he's like, I really don't want to let go of my wife and kids. Like, I don't want to have to do that. I'm so happy with them. And I'm like, well, we've been talking back and forth within regards to trying to get him to figure out what the next step is to take, understanding the things that she's saying to him and trying to create and not create with him. And it just, at this point, he's just like, am I going to lose her? And I'm like, well, what did she tell you? He's like, well, in order for her to heal, she needs me to leave. And I'm like, in order for her to heal, you need to leave her and your kids behind. He's like, yeah, she wants me to move out. I'm like, do you do everything she tells you to do? He's like, yeah. I was like, why? And he said it. He's like, because I'm afraid. I'm afraid of her. And afraid of losing my kids. I'm like, how can you stand to be happy like that? Continuing to be a toxic people pleaser. I'm sorry, I could never be in a relationship where, someone treated me like a trained monkey. Look at what nobody 420 says, the pot calling the kettle black. Thanks, Molly. Appreciate it. But I felt so bad for him, and I think that we probably go through a lot of that in our lives where we get into a relationship or friendship with someone and they're kind of like either they turn it into this thing where it's like there's one that's controlling everything and there's another one that's just kind of they have a lot to lose, so they're kind of just on autopilot. But then there's also the people you are in a relationship with who are just always on autopilot, whether they're in a relationship with you or not. And I think that at the end of the day, it's really important to understand that while everybody wants love and deserves love, of course, and I'm not so sure how often. Well, tonight we've got the 5, 7, and 9 taco boxes, Molly. So readings actually tonight. I'm doing the Taco Tuesday special because I wasn't here Tuesday or Wednesday. So tonight I'm actually doing the $5 readings, which for $5 I can do 5 plus cards, 5 plus minutes, and I'll ask Spirit what you need to know right now. $7 to get $7 taco box is up to 2 questions. $7 plus $7, 7 plus cards, 7 plus minutes. Same with the $9. You can ask up to 3 questions. Same with the 1111. The 1111 love reading opens up new cards and stuff. But I think sometimes we get stuck in these relationships, even if it's just friends, where it's kind of like it turns into this like do this or else kind of manipulative thing. And that's where I just draw the line. I just can't. It's just not the shape of my heart. I don't want to have to tell somebody what to do all the time. They should know how to shit, shower, shave, make their bed, put their shoes on, put their clothes away, do their fucking laundry, and take care of themselves. They're a grown-up adult, I just don't know how someone can live with, like, having to always have somebody make a decision for them. It's so uncomfortable to see people in that situation. It's unbecoming. And he just could not make it. He cannot make a decision for us. It's like, can't you just make one decision for you and your kids, please? And fuck the tarot. Forget it for just a minute. And I literally had to start, like, pointing out toxic and bad situations of, like, people he would know in pop culture who were going through the same thing he was going through, so he could kind of just open up his eyes and see that, like, this is not healthy for him. He doesn't need a security guard, and he doesn't need a security guard, and doesn't need a mother, and doesn't need, a director to tell him what to do all the time. He's a grown man. I mean, like, I'll do cards for him anytime, but it's so sad. But he did do something that he should not have done. But I think that she's also being super immature about it. I think that if your partner fucks up, married or not, I think that there's room to grow, and there's room to... I mean, it's not like you cheated on her or anything. You didn't cheat on her, okay? And, but I guess what he did could be considered cheating in some way or another. But then what's the difference between... I don't know. Like, see, what is the difference between you being a guy and some girl has your number and she sends you a picture of her tits, right? And and you open it to see who it is, and there's her tits, right? You didn't know, or maybe you did know, but who cares at the end of the day? Like, what's really the difference between he opened a Playboy or Hustler and jerked off, right? I just don't like. I understand the difference, and I know that like both of those kind of things would probably piss somebody off somewhere, right? But I just don't understand why he has to leave so she can heal. I mean, especially when he admitted it and was pretty honest about it. He said he was honest about it. I mean, all I can do is just take the client's word for it, right? And I can hear the empathy and sincerity in his voice, right, Molly? And I'm just like, I'm just not really certain that, I would want to break up a whole family over such idiocy. I mean, he didn't put his penis in anybody else. He also didn't put his penis online sexting. Like, you know what I mean? Like, so it's not like he can turn around and say, "Oh, don't worry, baby. It was just sexting. It was just pixels. It didn't matter." You know, it was actually straight up, "Bitch, I made a fucking mistake. Please fucking forgive me." And she's like, "No. You messed up once. Fuck off." It's like, oh, God. It's a square peg, round hole, I guess. But I do feel like super bad for him because think about it. So he's been in this relationship with this woman for 25 years, right? They have kids. And he messes up one time and she's like, "You have to leave so she can heal." It's weird to me. It's so weird to me. Sorry. How are things going with you? I had to call the police. You'll never believe who I had to call the police on. Oh, I'm so glad they're going amazing. That's good. I'm happy for you. Finally. See, you manifested it. I told you that you eventually would. Yeah, we're all glad you found someone good. Finally. You deserve it. I'm going to try and fix the speakers so I can ask the spirits a question.
Maximum volume. Maximum volume.
If there's any spirits here with us now, yes or no? Go-karting next week? That sounds fun.
What? We have.
So I'm guessing there are some spirits there with us now? Can you hear my voice? Yes or no? Are there any spirits here that want to tell me their name? Yes or no? Hey, Superman. If there's any spirits here with us now, to Do you want to talk about Mitch McConnell? You want to talk about Mitch McConnell, spirits? No. No, that was hilarious. Okay, yeah, we don't want to talk about him either. But we would like to know if if there's any spirits that do want to talk about Mitch McConnell. Where is Mitch McConnell? Where in the world is Mitch McConnell? Is he here on Earth, alive and well? Yes or no? Did you speak up, Spirit? Was that another no? What? What? Hey, Thomas. Welcome to the haunted house. How are you tonight? Molly. I want proof of life, like actually seeing him breathing. One down, so many more to go. Who's next? Nobody knows. Well, I guess we killed the spirit box with that question. Did it actually? Okay, no, it's just actually being stupid again. Oh, I hope I can find this speaker again. It's really a good speaker when it doesn't do this.
Now in SB7 mode.
Hello, spirits.
Maximum
We're trying to
volume.
find out where Mitch McConnell is. Are you just demons pretending to be Mitch McConnell? Yes or no? So, are there any spirits that can hear my voice now? Do you want to talk about you? What your name is? Yes or no? Hey, Prodpa, welcome to the haunted house. Your name is Dave? Well, hello, Dave. Where are you from, Dave? Are you here now with us? Yes or no? What about Fizzball? What? It's so weird how it just goes on and on. What does it do that for?
Now in SB7 mode. Maximum volume.
Are there any spirits with us now that might want to talk about JonBenet Ramsey? JonBenet Ramsey, are you here with us now? Yes or no? Can you show us your presence? What about Patsy Ramsey? Are you here with us now? Yes or no? Well, boop to you too. Did you hear that, Molly? It went boop. I don't know. Spiritbox keeps dying. Did I just say yep? Let's see if I can get the speaker back on. Why does it turn itself off and on? It's just stupid.
Now in SB7 mode. Maximum volume.
If there's any spirits there, we would like to talk to John Benet Ramsey, but if she's not here, we can always move on to Nancy Guthrie. Here, I brought y'all some flowers. I brought the spirits some flowers today. There's a jasmine from the garden, and myrtle, and a gardenia. Do the spirits like you like flowers? Yes or no?
Low
battery. That's gonna start talking. We don't care about your low battery. Thanks y'all so much for coming by tonight. I really do appreciate it. I know it's been kind of quiet, but it's also been nice to chat with you. Hey Pam, welcome back to the Chammy, honey. How are you today? How's your grandson doing? Did you just hear it say promise? I promise. A promise? What promise? A promise? Oh, good. I'm so glad he's feeling better. That's awesome. So glad he's feeling better. Good. I am feeling better too. All right, sweetheart. I think I'm going to be going to bed here in a minute soon too. You're dropping your phone. Yeah, you've had a busy night in the ER. All right, spirits. What are you making noises at? Okay, I'm gonna ask my last question of the night. So we've been doing this for like 15 minutes and the speaker keeps dying. Do you have any questions you'd like to ask me, Spirit? Yes or no? What? He was gonna say something and the speaker died. I'm gonna freak out.
Now in SB7 mode.
Spirit, what were you saying?
Maximum volume.
Hey, Stone Baby, welcome to the haunted house. How are you tonight? Spirit, what was it that you wanted to tell me before we close the spirit portal tonight? Could you say that a little bit more clear so I can understand you, Spirit? We're good. Thank you so much for asking. How are you?
Tough.
Oh, are you tough, Spirit, huh? Am I tough? Is that what you're asking? Yes, I'm very tough.
Fine.
Did it say mine? Spirit box. can we help you, Spirit?
Such as this.
What? Such as dead. Well, we know you're dead. I mean, if you're a ghost, are you dead? Or are ghosts really alive? And we're the ghosts as humans. Oh, Spirit, have you ever been to the fourth dimension? Yes or no?
Low battery.
Have you ever been here, Spirit? Have you ever been here with us? Yes or no? I keep having to turn the speaker back on.
Now,
Thanks so much for the
in
subscription. I
SB7
appreciate it. If
mode.
you check out the link in the pinned comment, it would mean a lot to me if you checked it out because that's my music. Please. Spirit, we just want to say goodnight and thank you so much for chatting with us. We'll be back tomorrow night if you want to talk to us again. I usually like to just make the rounds and see if... What do you mean, do you want me to fill you in? Yeah, you know, I like to make the rounds and talk to all you spirits out there. Are you all spirits? Were you all ghosts at one time, or are there some aliens maybe too? What? Did it say got it or had it? So my last question for tonight, is Nancy Guthrie still at 25? Yes or no?
Low battery.
Okay, well, this was an interesting evening. So, we did get a name. One of the spirits said his name was Dave, or said the name Dave, so I don't know if there was anybody in
Now,
chat named Dave.
in SB7
Or
mode.
maybe Dave is somebody relevant to somebody in chat, I don't know, or somewhere around here. It also said no. It did not. It said in a disgusted no voice, it did not want to talk about Mitch McConnell, which I thought was kind of funny. Do I think they will ever find what's left of her? I don't know. You know what's so crazy, Pam, is watching a lot of these true crime cases, and there being so many scenes in them with Savannah Guthrie
Now, in SB7
talking
mode.
about the true crime case that the video is about, and then her whole life gets turned into a true crime case. And isn't that a damn reflection of you know what you talk about, you bring about? I mean, here she's just reporting the news, right? And then her whole life turns into a true crime series. I don't know if we'll ever find Nancy Guthrie. Do any of the spirits know if we'll ever find Nancy Guthrie? Yes or no? Will we ever find what's left of her? Yes or no? That kind of sounded like a messy probably. Was that a probably? Yes or no? Is that a probably yes or no? Don't make me angry. I want to answer, please. Wait. Pam wants to know if we'll ever find what's left of Nancy Guthrie. Yes or no? any of the spirits out there help us
Over the lab.
find Nancy Guthrie? I didn't it say go to the lab. It sounded like it said go to the lab. What lab? What lab, spirit? What you talking about? I know it's so strange. They don't have anything that helps. I mean, and that's why I think I got back into the John Bonet case because it was just so much alike. You got fake ransom notes. You got an innocent, defensive person. I mean, I'm not. I mean, I know that at probably 85 years old, you're not an innocent, defensive person, but not all 85-year-olds are. But
Battery.
I mean, at least not like a 6-year-old. But still, it's like when you think about what generation she's from and where she came from and what she's been through. You know, she can't be much worse than a 6-year-old from 1996. So it's like, it feels like one and the same. It feels like one and the same so much. But I think it's also very strange that from the beginning, you know, the spirit box said, like, I remember when you said, I think we're jumping the gun, and then I was like, I don't know, let's at least ask if we could figure out where she is. And then we heard that spirit's name, Charles, which happened to be her husband's name, and I just didn't know until doing the research on it. And then it said something about, you know, we asked who took her, and then it said something about her son. And then it never said the son's name, so I was like, whatever, like, why, what? And the next thing I know, like, people were accusing the son-in-law. But now her actual son, Cameron, is saying that he always knew the ransom notes were fake. Like, what? So who knows? I mean, for all we know, I mean, she could be way down in Kokomo, and she's living up the good life. And all of this has just been some kind of prank on the FBI or something. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, what about like her life insurance policy? I mean, doesn't it kind of feel like there's something there that, like, can we fake mom's death and then get the life insurance policy money? I mean, there's no body, so can we really ever say that she's dead? Can we really say she's dead? I mean, can you fake your death and nobody find out? I don't know. Is it possible in 2026? I don't know. I don't think that that's what's happened, but I mean, anything's possible. You know? I mean, now I'm going to the fourth dimension with things, but you know, where in the world is Nancy Guthrie? It's just like Mitch McConnell. Where in the world is Mitch McConnell? Do the spirits know? Any of the spirits want to speak before we turn off the spirit portal or close the spirit portal? No? Okay. Yeah, I know. You guys already said you didn't want to talk about Mitch McConnell. Sorry, I apologize. So we come in respect and we come to remember you and not talk about things you don't want to talk about, like Mitch McConnell. Did it just say beep? We'll beep to you too. I know, especially with like flat cameras. I just don't get it either. Like, it just sounds so strange. Like, it doesn't make any. You're right. It doesn't make any sense. Did you hear what that said? It said it wouldn't be the first time though. You know, what if it's that they're looking in all the wrong places because they'd never imagined that she's just right there under everybody's nose. I'm telling you, if they find her in that state park, but I mean, you know what? Why? I mean, I know it said it on my spirit box back on February 1st or whatever, but so far everything they told us that night has kind of come to conspire, like the blaming of the son-in-law, and now the son is actually saying he knew the ransom notes were fake, and then Charles, her husband, and the spirit box just said it feels good. What feels good, Spirit? Being able to talk to us, or being able to be a spirit, or are you letting us know that Nancy Guthrie feels good? I mean, you know what? You're not going to call the FBI and say, "Oh, my spirit box said she was at 25 coordinates in Catalina State Park there." Well, they've got to definitely do something to get the bull by the horns and rein that energy in and make it go away. I hear some like screaming on the spirit box, but it's really, really low. But I think you're very right about that, Pammy. I think that it's all just one big shit show. They have conned so many people, and they're just going to try to con the rest of us out of our sanity, so we've just got to try to see each other through it and survive it. We've got to survive it. All right, good night, Spirit. Thank you so much for chatting with us tonight. If there's any last words you might have for us? No? Okay. Well, we don't have any last words for you either. Good night. Hey, Kamara, welcome to the channel. How are you, dear? Well, we'll try this again tomorrow night and try to charge that speaker box a little bit more. Maybe if I actually charge it through a 12 volt, it'll be better. I don't know. Yep, you think with all the cameras, satellites, high-tech equipment we have, that we could, we could somehow, some way find her and what's left of her. And something else, Pam. I don't know how much of the John Benet Ramsey case you've been keeping up with, but John just keeps telling a different story all the time now that he's older. Or at least telling a different story of the same story again and again. Or at least forgetting what he's saying and backtracking a lot. So I'm really not sure what to think of that. And sometimes I wonder, like, you know, how much longer before someone slips up, you know? because of age or they forgot. But you know, I'm also not certain anybody will slip up because they'll continue to do what every show we've ever seen them on does, which is a script. It'll always be off of some kind of script, it feels like. Or if it goes off script, I don't remember. Which really infuriates me. I don't know why they don't just give him a polygraph test and give Burke a polygraph test, or didn't give him a. I don't know why they didn't do that. But anyways, I also want to do a little bit more research to see if I was right or wrong about the fact that they DNA tested her body. Some places I've looked say yes, some don't, but I need to actually find official records, I think, and try to see if I can find anything in there that says anything about them DNA testing her body to make sure it was really hers, because I was under the impression they did not DNA test the body. They just took the parents' word. They took the parents' words for it that it was JonBenet Ramsey. Just because the little girl looked like her doesn't mean it was her. Which is a bit disturbing to me to this day. I just have my own theories. I mean, if it wasn't the theory that I had, then, you know, which was I thought in the beginning that it was the kids because it happened when I was a kid, and I was like, oh, it's probably the kids. Kids are terrible, you know, or can be. Then, you know, I had thought of some other theories as well, and one of them was that at the end of the day, the body just wasn't really JonBenet's. I mean, I'm probably wrong, but I often wondered, you know. Yeah, it probably maybe could have been difficult to get an accurate result, but at least polygraph the parents. I mean, there were some interviews where Burke was like, yeah, I know what happened. But he just alluded to the fact that he couldn't remember or didn't want to talk about it. So I guess him being a kid, it was easy for him to kind of just get away with that kind of stuff. I don't know. It makes me see how different times were back then. Like, I think people were more trusting than they even are now. For all the wrong reasons, though. I mean, we weren't trusting in any way, shape, or form. I mean, everybody was probably, you know, gonna cause you some kind of problem from one angle or not if you weren't careful with them. But I think back then there were still a lot of people who were like in that situation in that area, especially because it was a tiny town, small town, and because so many of them were like, it's unbelievable to think that a family member would kill this little girl. And I guess it's just, I don't know. I mean, I hope it doesn't take 500 years to solve the mystery of JonBenet Ramsey like it did with the twins in the Tower of London. Yep, you're right. They do put kids in prison now. I mean, I often wonder sometimes, like, how many kids committed murders that they got away with because, people just couldn't believe it. And here was another thing. Do you remember that movie, The Good Son, with Macaulay Culkin and the kid that played Frodo? God, I can't remember his name. But the kid who played Frodo in Lord of the Rings, but I remember Macaulay Culkin was like the main protagonist because he was some kind of child murderer. And that movie came out around that time. It's Elijah Woods. Oh, he's such an incredible actor. Such a good actor. at that time, you know, that movie came out at the time when JonBenet Ramsey, I believe, may have still been alive or around the time she was murdered. And also, when you think about, I don't know if you've ever heard of the book Mindhunter, but that book was found next to Patsy's side of her bed during the investigation. You know, John Ramsey in 2026 says he doesn't know what Mindhunter is. He'd never read the Mindhunter book, despite the fact that the person who wrote the book came out to the house and did an investigation and all this stuff. But if you go and you read the Mindhunter book, there was a girl in Mindhunter who resembled JonBenet Ramsey, and her death was the same, kind of in the same manner. When her body was found, it had duct tape over the mouth, just like JonBenet, and the character's name sounds just like JonBenet. And there's several things about the girl's death in the book that were, and the cover-up of her murder, that were very much like JonBenet's cover-up of her murder. I believe there was a silly ransom note. And I know that some people have said, admitted to the fact that, in fact, Doug Stein's mother admitted to the fact that she did overhear the boys talking about, JonBenet Ramsey's death as if it was like a TV show with kind of no remorse and no empathy. And the Good Son movie came out in 1993, which is about 3 years before JonBenet died. But I still think, it's very possible that, if I had seen that movie at those ages, then I'm sure those kids saw those movies too. The book came first. The Mindhunter book came first before the JonBenet Ramsey case. And then John Douglas, who was the guy who wrote it, was like a criminal investigator that John was trying to help John Ramsey figure out the death. And John Douglas was saying, he's never read my books. And John Ramsey was also saying the same thing. But nobody ever said Patsy read the book. And it was found on Patsy's side of the bed. I don't know. It's all crazy. I just don't understand why people want to kill each other or hurt each other. But I was thinking of the Good Son and what happened with Burke. And everybody, believing that he was involved in killing her. Excuse me. I'm going to go to bed. I hope you all have a good night. Thank you so much for coming by. I'll be back again tomorrow night. Be good to yourself with your thoughts. Yeah. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Sweet dreams when you get there. Don't do anything I wouldn't do or would. Music is sacred, and no prison will hold this movement down. Good night. Kalanita. Sweet